Morning. I had a good night's sleep last night. I feel like the cold that I felt like was coming on is just extremely minor. I think I'm just kind of beating it before it's even getting into effect, so that's good. But we're gonna go get breakfast, probably at the same little diner, Angels, just because it's so close down the street. Just about to open here at 7 o'clock, and then we got a ride scheduled for 8 to come pick us up and drive us up to White Springs. So breakfast first. Oh, we got a beautiful sunrise yesterday. Totally fogged in this morning. Just a minute until they open. Really good breakfasts over there. It's time to finish packing up and check out, and we're getting the ride up to White Springs, so hopefully see you up there shortly. Here we are, made it up to White Springs. Getting figured out here, set up in where it's soon to be Tent City. We're taking over this little plot of land, corner of town here. A couple hikers are starting to show up. There's not much going to be happening today. Today is just kind of an arrival day and a setup day. And a lot of events are going to be happening tomorrow. Now that we're all set up, I think the next thing to do is find some lunch. There's really only one restaurant in town, Fat Belly's, about a half a mile down the road. So I'll see you over there. There's Fat Belly's. Well, my brisket sandwich lunch was really good. Probably end up there again for dinner, because that's the only place. Right now I'm just gonna walk down to the Dollar General and just do a kind of a shelf check, maybe get a snack or something. See what's happening down here. It's a Dollar General market. I've never even heard of this before. Maybe it's like an upscaled fancy version of a Dollar General. Well, back at the Tent City area, gonna hang out here for a bit. A couple more hikers are starting to show up, starting to see some familiar faces around. And there's a hardware store right next, across the street here. I wanna go check that out. I'm getting a little bit low on gas, so it's 50-50 on whether they might have some hiker fuel related items, but I want to check that out at some point. And then I may or may not do my resupply for the next stretch later today or tomorrow, probably sooner rather than later with all the amount of hikers here, even though they got a really good selection over at that Dollar General. Oh, check back in when something else is going on. Oh, there's the old 1800s general store. Success on a fuel can. They got the little ones in there, but they were kind of expensive. They were $9 a piece.
Interesting to try. I feel like the only people that see a paved road and get stoked.
I was very close to bringing my penny board, but my backpack was... No, he just drove past
here. We still only got a reasonably small crowd in this area. Having a good time, just everybody chatting and conversing.
That's funny.
Okay, I'm done. If anyone wants to have their own fun.
Yeah, Jupiter and Sprocket are doing awesome on the little class banner here. You guys have done a great job.
Thank you. Now it's your turn. What are you
Sure.
going to paint on it?
I'm going to add my name to it, and that's about as far as I'm going to get.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh,
Cheers.
Yeah, where's dude had some
He just decided that it hurt.
Yeah, it was a while ago that he hurt his finger.
Now we've wandered over to the Stephen Foster Park. We got a little food truck here, so this will do for dinner. Here's what I'm going for dinner. The light is fading fast. We're past sunset at this point, but I got some little chicken nuggets and some French fries.
I called your phone. Yeah. Look at.
I saw him get his guy over some corn dogs. He was like, yeah, his girl. Yeah.
Here's where everyone's hanging out. Got the bonfire going.
And she'll see behind
She landed in where? Jacksonville? North of coming out of Big Cypress.
Well, I think this is going to do it for tonight. I've had a lovely evening, meeting a lot of new people, a lot of new hikers, some old familiar faces I haven't seen before. But we'll see a lot much more. Tomorrow is going to be official day one of the Trail Fest here on the Florida Trail. So that's it for now. I'm going to bed. I'll see y'all in the morning. Good morning. Nice and cool and totally socked in the fog. It's maybe 500 feet of visibility. But today is the main event day for Trail Fest. All the vendors will be open. We'll get to check out what's going on. A couple events. There's a big town parade or something like that going on. And currently just walking down to back to Fat Belly's for breakfast. And then I think I'm going to do the resupply run. It's about 7 o'clock, so we'll do breakfast from like 7 to 8, because 8 o'clock is when the Dollar General opens. And I'll just bounce over there after and get all my shopping done that I need and take care of that. Something else that's kind of concerning, as I was getting ready to go to bed, I could tell that my air mattress was leaking. It had a little tiny hole near where the valve stem was at. And it was in such a position that the only way the hole could be there, I think it was just from wear and tear and eventual degradation of the material itself, and not punctured by anything external. So I was able to patch that up, and it stayed inflated all night, so that's good to go. But I think I'm just at that point where the air mattress has got well over 5,000 miles on it. And I think it might finally just be starting to break down. So I'm going to continue to limp it along. But if it gets another hole like that again, I'm just going to have to order myself a new one and ship it ahead somewhere. Made it to Fat Belly's for breakfast. Breakfast was awesome. Still super foggy outside. Now we're heading up to the Dollar General to do my resupply run. I figure I need 4 days to get from Palatka up to Lake Butler will be the next town stop. Well, back at Tent City, where all the campers are tented in town, and I'm going to organize all my food. I think I mentioned this morning my air mattress got a little bit of a leak in it. I think it's good to go, though, but I'm definitely worried about that one being an issue for later. Still super foggy. I think it's supposed to be like 80 degrees at some point later today, but all this will burn off eventually. Try my rain fly out. Everything inside my tent stayed nice and dry, luckily. But I'll just check back in once the next events are going on. We've made it back up to the park. Time to check out some of the booths. A lot of Trail Association related stuff, a lot of gear store related stuff. Just do a lot of walking around and meeting folks and seeing what's going on up here.
Hiking, whenever you want to go hands-free, climb somewhere, or you're just walking on a flat path and you just don't need your poles anymore, you're on a sidewalk, just easily take those out and put them back up just as easy. It takes like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So if you're in Florida and you're on the Florida Trail and you're out on the sidewalk, that's where I've used them a lot. But also, if you're up in the White Mountains and you really need your hands free to climb down that mountain, or if you're just walking along, you want to eat something or check your map, you just pull them up, and as Chris said, you know, it's quick and easy, and you know, a little bit unique. I've seen other typical products, but these are made to be durable. This sleeve has been through like 100 miles in the mountains, and it's still kicking. It didn't shred up like a piece of hosiery. So
it's kind of cool.
We're ruckin', goruckin.com, goruckin@gmail.com. So that's us.
Focus on there. Yeah, you guys got a cool little product going on, so thanks again. Thanks for showing us that.
All right.
Coming by.
Well, this booth's got a whole good variety of soaps and all kinds of flavors.
Because I just spent money on the grandma.
This is kind of a neat idea with these necklaces, and each of the colors and everything represents kind of the trail and different locations or different state by color, different checkpoints along the way. It's a way to map out the trail in a necklace. It's kind of cool. I'll check out this another booth here that's helping anybody with kind of disabilities get out and hiking. So you want to tell us what you're all about?
Yeah, we're called Luke 5 Adventures. We essentially take people hiking who are not able to hike themselves. We use this piece of contraption here behind me. It's got one wheel on it to take people hiking. You know, we're based out of Cincinnati. We have about 300 hikes locally a year, but then also have the opportunity, almost like our version of Make-A-Wish, take people on remarkable, awesome hikes to the Grand Canyon, Pikes Peak, Holy Land tours in Israel, and yeah, it's really rewarding being able to do what we do.
Well, that's awesome. Well, thanks.
A lot of people can't do it.
Yeah, man, thanks for everybody giving people the opportunity to get out there and everything.
Of course.
Cool.
Yeah, it's our pleasure.
Just put those things in your bag.
It's almost lunchtime, so I'll probably hit up the little food trucks here in a little bit. I've hit all the booths in this first little stretch. A lot more people have showed up, so it's definitely a little more, there's a good number of folks here. Well, there's one more little side area of booths I gotta go check out still, and then we'll get some food here shortly. Just ran across someone who said we can actually go in the clock tower, and it's open, so we'll go check out what the inside looks like. A lot of history and things before checking the other booths over here. There's a scale model of what the bell tower looks like. These are all the tubular bells. The world's largest tubular bell carillon installed in the tower in '58. Okay, show us what you're doing here at this booth.
Okay, so in 2016, I lost the use of my legs and found out that I have a disease called multiple sclerosis, which is a disease of the central nervous system. And so my flip of the middle finger, sort of, to that was to start hiking. And that's my physical therapy. And in 2023, I through hiked the Appalachian Trail. But I knew that I needed a much bigger why, and so I ended up creating a nonprofit. And last year we raised $30,000 over our hike. Last year in 2024 we put our first client into an adaptive adult trike, and what our mission is basically to help people fighting multiple sclerosis stay as independent and mobile as possible for as long as possible.
Yeah, this is awesome. And thank you for what you're doing. It's great seeing people, you know, with any kind of disability, you can still get back there and do trails. So,
thank you.
So thanks.
It's been a labor of love, I will say.
Heck yeah.
So yeah.
Found the Z-Packs, guys. I've made my rounds to all the booths. I think it's definitely lunchtime.
One of the first people I ever met when I hiked.
Really? That's about that time for the hiker parade. Everyone's starting to gather near the clock tower here. We'll be hiking back towards where I'm tented at, across from the hardware store. Just a little over half mile or so, so it's not too far of a walk. It is definitely hot outside now. It's not too bad in the shade, but sun exposed. It's feeling mighty warm. There's old Billy Goat signing his name.
Toasted tater tot colors. So trying to get it. Also, I had tater tots.
Is that what that was? Like a lot of people.
Yeah, they're like toasted tater tot colors.
Oh, okay.
Did you draw
Yeah, you're involved by association. Guilty by association.
Miles on the 0 day. Guaranteed if you like.
Now the parade has started. Got the through hikers towards the front.
Actually, we
He doesn't even go here.
I can change so it gets heavier today. Make sure it gets faster. Who brought the boombox? Yeah, someone.
That's what you do every time you stand there.
I don't do very well with keep up with any of the social media. It was nice talking to you.
Just She-Ra, or is it She-Ra something else?
Coming into town, here's the old hardware store.
Are you gonna ride a razor scooter now?
Let the moccasins swing by while we rest beneath the vines, morning in a tune far away, ride the hog town to the Santa Fe.
There's Nimble Will again. He made it here. It's coming up on dinner time, so I'm gonna make my way back down to Fat Belly's to go find some dinner. That dinner there was really good. That really hit the spot. I got the pulled pork and some chicken. That was really good. Now we're just making our way back to the little campgrounds area. I think one of the last things on the agenda menu is there's like a video presentation, like 20 minutes long, about conservationism on trail, I think, or something like that. So we'll go check that out, and then I think that's going to be it for this evening.
The O2O is connected, from the smallest beans to the entire state of Florida. The O2O is something to cherish before it's way too late.
The O2O is the nickname given to a critical link in the Florida Wildlife Corridor.
The O2O is fragmented and is at a tipping point.
The O2O is our chance to fight for wild Florida.
Follow!
That was a really good short film about preserving a wildlife corridor, basically from the Everglades all the way up through Alabama and everything. So it's pretty neat overall. Well done. But I think that's going to be it for tonight. I'm going to get to bed, and we're heading out early in the morning, get back down to Palatka, and back on trail. So thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all in the next one.